What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? Episode 30. I don't know why, but this one is making me feel a little old and extra stupid. For some reason, it just makes me sit here and think, like, wow, I'm actually still doing this. Just talking to myself for like at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes every Thursday. It's just really weird. I'm not gonna lie. Fulcrum is here, of course. This is the 31st episode that will be released. Yada yada. Blah blah. I don't know. The other stuff in the intro. I just kind of want to get through this pretty quickly, I guess. Health check. Feeling pretty good. No more stomach issues, really. That's kind of... seems like it's going out the back door, which is nice. No pun intended. Yeah, I'd give it like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, I suppose. Clothing check. I'm wearing I think I've worn it before, the Deadpool shirt. And a camouflage pair of black basketball shorts. Let's see, motivation check. Like a 6. I just want to do this and go away. Hopefully nobody interrupts me in this episode. That would stink. It's time for the journal. Set 30, day 1. This is, I believe, Friday, August 15th. The first entry is at 7:55 p.m. I wake up, lay in bed for a bit, realize that I have to record. I get up and turn on my PC. That's right, I did not record on Thursday. I actually recorded on Friday morning. Just smacked the pop filter. That's awesome. I love it. I need to poo, but I do update Audacity before I do my business. Then I poop again before I record. So I think I start the update, I go and poop, and then I come back, and then I need to poop again at some point before I start recording. So I just go and poop again, of course. I'm not gonna deny myself. Question mark. I record the podcast. Question mark for this entry, of course, for the entry's time. Then I play a game, or maybe I watch some 30 Rock before work. Then I get dressed. Drive into work. Work does suck, apparently. I clock out of work. I get home and I chill out on games, or maybe 30 Rock. I don't know. I plan to play Halo with Britta at some point. But first, there's an insurance person that calls me on the phone. They tell me I can get a free physical or neurological examination in case I suffer any injuries following my car accident. I don't believe that's going to happen. I feel totally fine a week later. Eventually, me and Britta finish up Halo Combat Evolved. Then we swap over to some Fortnite until she gets tired. I don't know what to do for the rest of the night. 30 Rock or probably some RoboCop, maybe. Could be. I don't know. Set 30, day 2 and 3. On Saturday, I wake up, I shower, brush, and I tell Richard that I cannot work. He texts me and asks if I could come into work on my day off, and I'm like, I totally lie to him. I'm like, no, I'm dog sitting for my sister, unfortunately, right now. I do not do that on... What the hell? It sounded like something loud just happened, so I'm going to take an ear cup off. I don't know if there was some background. Oh, there's laughing downstairs. Okay, in the living room, there's a bunch of laughing. That's cool. That sounds like my dad and my mom, or my sister, maybe? Is she over here? I don't know. Let's see, on Saturday, yeah, Richard is like, hey, can you help me? And I'm like, nope, I'm doing something, but I lied. Sorry. Sorry, Richard. I text with Britta throughout the day while trying some new games out. I do land on playing Dungeons of Hinterberg. If you've ever heard of that game, it came out, I think, like a year ago, last summer, year and a month or two. It's pretty fun. I also do try out a game called Rain World. It's not fun. I try replaying a little bit of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's definitely better than the movie that they just put out a couple of years ago. Or, I think, didn't the newest Indiana Jones movie come out in 2023? I think so. I'd have to look it up, and I don't want to. I do try playing a bit of Doom Eternal. I think I just load up Doom Eternal, and I shoot 2 BFG rounds at the... I can never remember the name of the enemy, but it's the demon that's supposed to almost be on equal footing with the Slayer. It's like the guy with the shield. And he's got the ranged attacks and the melee attack. He's got like it all. He packs it all in there. But, yeah, I shoot 2 BFG shots at him. He doesn't die. So I'm like, I'm not going to play this. I'll go play Dungeons of Hinterberg. And then I poop a lot throughout the day. Possibly watch an episode of 30 Rock or 2. I don't know, until I take off and hang out at Britta's place. When I get there, I check out the puppies. Yes, her dog went into labor, if you remember, and her dog had puppies. They are all very cute, all 6 of them. And then we watch episode 2 of Star Wars. We laugh at Anakin being an absolute creepy weirdo the entire time. It's very nice. Afterwards, we watch some Smosh until my stomach starts... seizing up is the best way to say it. It's not good. It's very painful, and I ask if I can take a hot shower over at Britta's place, and she's like, yeah. She starts up the shower, and I stay in there for like 20 or 30 minutes probably. My tummy is still not feeling the best when I get out, but it's definitely a little bit better. And eventually I mentioned that I should probably drive home and get into my bed. She walks me into my car, and we kiss. On Sunday at 4:25 p.m., I got up off of the toilet after taking a shit without wiping. This is when I started my journal for the day. Thankfully, I wasn't wearing any shorts or underwear when I just did that, apparently. So I immediately went back into the toilet. I just got up and walked a few feet, and I was like, oh wait, I need to wipe my ass. Rewind to the very beginning of the morning. I wake up, I shit, I shower, I brush, and I watch 1 episode of 30 Rock before I go into work. Question mark for this next entry. Work sucks, and I leave after 6 hours. My shift is 6 hours long, so I leave after that amount of time. I see. When I get home, I text with Britta. And I'm assuming I text with her while I'm at work. Apparently I left my watch and my bracelet at her place when I was taking that shower. And I'm like, hey, I need to come pick that up. She tells me that she's in my neck of the woods at a pool party with her family. I drive over there and I pick my stuff up from the pool. We do hug, even though she is wet. She's like, I don't want to give you a hug. I'm all wet. And I'm like, I don't care. Give me a hug. I get back in my car, and then I drive back to my parents' place. Also, I did some laundry before I left the house. So I do put the clothes in the dryer when I get home, and I head up to my room for Dungeons of Hinterberg, some RoboCop, and some Dredge. Apparently, I play some Fortnite and Among Us when that 9-year-old invites me to play with them. I tell him, yeah, I guess I can play a little bit. Later, Britta texts me and asks if I want to play a game with her. I say I can leave the people that I'm playing with behind. Me and the 9-year-old were in a Discord voice call with like her aunt and a couple other people. So I was like, I can ditch these people if you want to play something, Britta. And she's like, no, I'm tired and I'm going to sleep. I don't know why I said that like that. She didn't text it like that. She goes to bed. She texts later that she can't go to sleep. I'm watching 30 Rock before bed, but I can't bring myself to turn it off at a decent time. Apparently, I'm just like, Britta, I can't fall asleep. Even though I was pretty tired. I just, for some reason, can never bring myself to press the off button on my controller. Anyways, moving on to the next day. Set 30, day 4. This is... What is the 4th day? Monday? Is it Monday, I think? Yeah. Yeah, okay. 9:10 a.m. I wake up, shit shower, brush, and then I hop back into bed with nobody. What am I talking about? Just to watch some 30 Rock. At 1:25 p.m. I get dressed for work. I drive in, clock on, and I say hello to Bernard and Richard. During work, I'm putting some food out into the lobby, and I walk past a woman in her, maybe her 30s, early 40s. For some reason, I walk past her, and I catch a whiff of, some perfume or something. And then as I'm putting the pizza into the pizza warmer, I'm like, hey, are you wearing perfume? Something smells great. And she was like, oh. Yes. I think she said yes. Honestly, I didn't quite hear her. But anyways, I was like, hey, something smells nice. Oh, I just smacked the desk as well. I love it. Love it when that happens. She does seem a little bit startled at first, but then she's like, I like you. Weird interaction. Older lady, but I don't care. Question mark on this next entry. Also, a lady purchased some items from my register. She was like, just my type. Oh my gosh, this happened on Monday, huh? Yeah. She was like checking all my boxes. She was tall. She was wearing some glasses. She was wearing a hairnet even. It was weird, but it worked. She had long orange hair. Oh my gosh, I'm smacking my mic right now. I'm so excited just thinking about it. What else? I don't know. She just seemed pretty cool. Yeah, I checked her out, and she bought her items, and she walked out the door. I did want to say something. I was gonna go out and go out the back door and catch her as she was sitting in her car about to leave, but Richard, of course, decides to strike up some conversation about something or other. I'm just using this as a coping mechanism to blame somebody else for my inability to, properly convey myself at the register. But I feel like it's weird, especially, while we're at the register. It's just a strange place to bring it up. I'd rather run out and talk to her while she's in her car and just be like, hey, I don't want to be weird. I hate to be a weirdo like this, but I do think you're very attractive. So do with that what you will. I'm not even going to ask for your number or anything. I'm just going to walk back inside and see if you say anything as I'm walking back. Yeah. I do remember there's a trash bag sitting in the hallway, so I'm like, oh, Richard, I'm going to go take this trash out. But by the time I am bringing the trash out to the hallway, or excuse me, not hallway, the dumpster outside, I see her driving away in her car out of the parking lot, and I'm like, dang it, I didn't get to say anything. But I don't know, I glanced at her car once. I should have been staring at it, honestly, as it was driving away, but I looked at it once, and then I just looked over to the dumpster and started throwing it away. But, yeah, for some reason, I'm an idiot. I told Hugo or Hurley to keep an eye out for her, because he was working that day. He clocked in, and I told him, I was like, hey, keep an eye out for this car with this lady driving it. I feel like an idiot kind of doing this while hanging out with Britta still, especially after this week of journal entries finishes. But I think we are, I don't know, me and Britta, I'm fairly certain at this point that it's we're friends. I just want to maybe be her friend, but I still think she wants to start something a little bit deeper with me. It's hard to tell still a little bit. I get home eventually, play some dungeons, I dredge a little bit, and I play some RoboCop. Apparently, I also watch some 30 Rock until the 9-year-old invites me to play some more video games. Her microphone can't hear me. She tries to fix it, and she cannot fix it for some reason. I hop off of the games and hop off of her games and play some more of my single-player games until I hop off of the voice channel and go to bed, I guess, is what I do that night, Monday. And so we'll be moving on to Set 30, Day 5. This is Tuesday, August, I don't even know, 19th, I think, maybe. Yeah, I'll say that. Wait, is it? Yeah, okay, it is. Question mark for this entry. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and dress to get an estimate for my fucked car. I just drive out to like a repair shop, and they give me an estimate. I do watch an episode of 30 Rock until I leave. They give me an estimate and they email it to my insurance company, and I'm sure the insurance company is going to bring somebody out to get their own estimate. Afterwards, I drive home and I chill on some more 30 Rock until I drive to my gas station during the middle of the day. I fill up with gas. I buy some candy from Richard, and Benjamin, I think, is there. And then I grab a glass of water before I leave for the mall. Speaking of a glass of water, I think I have a glass of water from the gas station tonight. Oh man, I'm not gonna go grab it. I think I can finish this up first. Feeling a little raspy though. Let's see, I park in some shade at the mall. Eventually, after I leave my gas station with the candy, I do walk into the mall and I grab some songs off of Battle Beast's first 3 or 4 albums, I think. For some reason, I still can't work it up to ask someone about their musical interests, so I just leave the mall after an hour. Also, Britta asks if I can pick her up from work when she gets off later in the day. I tell her, yeah. I get back home eventually, and then I chill out on some games. Play, I think, RoboCop and some Dungeons of Hinterberg, as well as some Dredge. Until eventually I change into some different clothes and pick Britta up from her work. I get McDonald's first, and then I eat my burger while she's getting off of work. I do get some cookies, and I ask her if she wants a cookie, and she's like, nope, I just brushed my teeth. And I was like, oh, that's weird. You brushed your teeth at work? Or she said something about her teeth feeling weird, or her tongue feeling weird. I do drive her to her place, and then we walk her dog, not the one that was pregnant and gave birth. Eventually, we watch Star Wars episodes 3 episodes. It's not multiple. It's just the one episode 3. It's the best one. Do not fight me on that point. If you're going to leave a comment, do not tell me that any other Star Wars movie is better than episode 3. Sorry. After the movie is done, we watch Phineas and Ferb while we're cuddling. Then she asks me if I want to make out. I want to make it known. She's the one who asked me. I didn't ask her. Okay. She's the one who's wanting to continue this. And I was like, sure, I guess. I've never done it before, and so we do start kissing each other a lot. And then she starts to suck on my tongue. It feels pretty good. If you've never got your tongue sucked, I would recommend it. And then I start sucking on her lip, I guess. I'm not going to get too much more into detail unless someone asks, I guess, but I do feel like an idiot the entire time. I've just never done it before, so I feel like I'm being silly, I guess, or stupid. I don't. It's a difficult feeling to describe, but I will say that eventually I head home and I go to bed, because that's all the entries for that day. So, set 30 day 6, we're moving on. This is August 20th. 5:15 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, head back to my room to watch an episode of 30 Rock. Eventually, I do dress for work and I clock in after my drive. I'm greeted by Benjamin and Bernard. Work does suck, and I say hi to Hugo or Hurley before I clock out and head home. I finish RoboCop at some point. It feels good to 100% another game. My mouth is really dry right now, and it's kind of hurting the back of my throat. I feel like I need to cough. There we go. That helps. I do play some Dredge eventually, and some Dungeons of Hinterberg for a little bit. Eventually, I do watch some episodes of 30 Rock. At some point, Britta texts me and says she's going to go on a trip to Missouri with her dogs in about a month. She says that her sister will not go with her. She felt like she was, it kind of felt like she was baiting me into say like, oh, that sucks, I'll go with you. But it's, I don't know, about 2 hours later, after she sends the text, I say that I just kind of went on a big road trip earlier this year in April. I did mention that on the podcast, so I'm probably not going to be going on this road trip. She does understand, thankfully, and I don't have to feel like a total tool about the situation. Also, I was sitting in voice chat, and a random person, I don't know what their name is, I don't know who they are. I mean, I know their name on Discord, but that's about it. We talked very briefly, and then I just completely shut up. And I don't know why exactly, but this leads me into, I don't know, me being a weirdo for this week. That's awesome. I don't know why exactly, but I feel like a sore thumb, or like I don't have any decent contributions most of the time. Just like when I'm around other people and talking to them and stuff. It really sucks, because I feel like the easiest way to make a friend is to just like sit there and talk with them. But I don't know why, but it's so difficult for me to do that. Oh well. That's something I gotta fix. Also, I have to give Hugo or Hurley a ride Wednesday night, so I leave my place around 10 p.m. I pick him up in my car, and he gives me some god-awful directions until we make it over to his place. I drop him off at home, and then I get home and fuck around playing some games and watching some 30 Rock until I go to bed. Here we're moving on to set 30, day 7. This is Thursday, August 21st. 9:35 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and then I watch an episode of 30 Rock before going to work. I change and drive into work, and then I clock in, say hi to Bernard and Benjamin when I do that. Eventually, both of them take off when Hugo clocks in. Hugo or Hurley, of course. I take my break when Hugo gets there, or Hurley. Make my food, or make some more food after I get off break, and then I leave for home. I get home, check out the game Delta Force. It just came out on Xbox. The campaign mode, it sucks dick, I'm not gonna lie. I tried playing it as soon as I got home. Terrible. I would not recommend playing it alone. I'm assuming you can play it with other people, maybe. Maybe try that, see if it's any easier. I just sat there and was shooting at people until the game said that I failed the mission. And I was like, okay, this game sucks. I just tried it the one time, so maybe I did do something bad, but who knows. I swap over to playing some Dredge. Can't play RoboCop anymore because I finished that up. And then I realized that I have to record the podcast at some point. Also, Britta texts me and asks me to see her new nails in person tomorrow, which is, it's It's going to be Friday, August 22nd. I'm assuming I'm going to be hanging out with her tomorrow. I say okay. Also, I will mention that I really, really, really like Carly Rae Jepsen's songs a lot. I need to, I think, revisit her first few albums and see if there's anything else I can pull off of them. And I highly recommend you go through some of her albums if you've never tried listening to her discography. She is fantastic. I think I have like 70 songs saved from her. By far the most amount of songs I have saved by a single artist. Very, very awesome. And this leads me to the worst part of these episodes. I'm going to stop doing outros. I've mentioned this before until I feel like there's a need to do them. Obviously, I'll still do the rating for the week, which I started up. I think that might have been last week or the week before it. I can't remember at this point, and I don't care. This week was like a 7.5, I think, maybe, something like that. Pretty, well, I don't know, 7. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't fucking believe I'm still recording these. Am I really making a podcast? Or am I just jerking off?